You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Every great leader begins with a single step. At Olive Bee Academy, we are raising a new generation of confident, courageous, and purpose-driven African girl leaders. Has your daughter completed the expression of interest form from JSS 1, JSS 2, or SSS 1 for the 2026 to 2027 academic year? Then this is her opportunity to take the next step toward an exceptional future. Join us for the Olive Bee Academy entrance examination and assessments on Friday 14th and Saturday 15th August 2026, beginning at 12 noon at the beautiful Olive Bee Academy campus. All applicants are expected to attend. For enquiries, call 232-73-244-444 or 232-90-244-444. Olive Bee Academy, raising the next generation of African girl leaders.
Salon they take action for every mama and every pikin. Together we go reach zero. We all for take action so no mama no go die where it give life. No pikin no go die from preventable sickness. No pikin no go left behind for take maclet. The race to zero day on now.
But zero no go happen by chance. If you na mama or belle woman, take action. Go na clinic early. If you na papa, take action. Support mama, care you picking for maclet. If you na chief, take action. Encourage belle woman them for go hospital for a well body one. We all for take action for save the life of we woman and picking them. So join with today for take action for reach zero. This message they come out from the Ministry of Health together with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education.
The world they move fast, especially in the social media space. Every second, plenty things they happen, but waiting actually you they look for. Interesting story then in the social media where they shape your life. So, not waiting they happen at the problem, but how it affects you. Welcome to Trends. Also, we they bring you the real story them behind the social media noise. From technology, we don't take over the office them to see them where they happen so we every day. We they dig deep, ask the hard question them but then story here. Join the conversation every Saturday, 10 to 11 o'clock na morning, na all Liberty Online TV platform them. The world they move fast, especially in the social media space. Every second, plenty things they happen, but waiting actually you they look for. Interesting story then in the social media where they shape your life. So, not waiting they happen at the problem, but how it affects you. Welcome to Trends. Also, we they bring you the real story them behind the social media noise. From technology, we don't take over the office them to see them where they happen so we every day. We they dig deep, ask the hard question them but then story here. Join the conversation every Saturday, 10 to 11 o'clock na morning, na all Liberty Online TV platform them. The world they move fast, especially in the social media space. Every second, plenty things they happen, but waiting actually you they look for. Interesting story then in the social media where they shape your life. So, not waiting they happen at the problem, but how it affects you. Welcome to Trends. Also, we they bring you the real story them behind the social media noise. From technology, we don't take over the office them. So see them where they happen to we every day. We dey dig deep, ask the hard question them but then story here. Join the conversation every Saturday, 10 to 11 o'clock na morning, na all Liberty Online TV platform them.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, hey. Voices come. Hi yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. He count on me, he count on me anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. Call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get.
The world they move fast, especially in the social media space. Every second, plenty things they happen. But waiting actually you they look for. Interesting story then at the social media where they shape your life. So not waiting they happen at the problem, but how it affects you. Welcome to Trends. Also, we they bring you the real story them behind the social media noise. From technology, we don't take over the office them. So see them where they happen to we every day. We they dig deep, ask the hard question them but then story here. Join the conversation every Saturday, 10 to 11 o'clock na morning, na all Liberty Online TV platform them.
In Sierra Leone. We will bring this edition come to you this Friday morning. My name is Khadija.
Mabel Kaba, good morning. Today na Friday, the 14th day of August 2026. Inside this edition of the show this morning, we take a look at different major issues that begin we don't happen as we see the Sierra Leone Labour Congress, yesterday we see a release outside and they ask for the president now sign the 2025 constitutional amendment bill. Where they can look at the concerns and where they get women and they ask not for sign this bill. And also we know so we dey into the rains, and as the August they go, we know say August and September and at time that we heavy rains can come. Where they can hear it from the mayor of Freetown, waiting at the plan them where they in place for ensure say flooding they mitigate them inside this raining season. And you know, say the NPSE results, they be done plan this week. And we learn say over 1,000 results is WAEC. We go talk to WAEC this morning, let we know what to make them seize NPSE as in primary school picking them. Well, we gonna know the reason what made them hold over 1,000 of the results them.
All right, this and other issues them they inside the breakfast show for you this morning. Remember, say you say for the watch we go get the opportunity for send we your message, your comment, your thoughts on any of the 3 major issues them where we they can discuss inside this edition of the breakfast show. Well, still inside the constitutional amendments bill 2025 where parliament passed early this week, Tuesday to be precise. Lot of controversies don't they around this bill, especially on the way how parliament's been passed this bill without the main opposition APC party where been walked out of parliament, because according to the leader, they're not going to be part of that agreement they and the leader been getting ruling. This ruling plenty legal people them don't they come na Liberty TV na through we breakfast show don't they explain the 2 main section them na the constitution when a bone of contention right now. The first one is section 94 2, where they talk about the speaker in ruling final, no court no gets the right for overturn the speaker in ruling. And section 108, where they talk about the method of voting. These are the 2 sides of the constitution. Hold on, they get legal people who don't kind this morning, this throughout this week for explain. Yesterday we see the Labour Congress, where they represent a collective of voices of all workmen them in this country. Then pull a press release outside and they appeal to His Excellency the President Dr. Julius Maada Bio. They say they don't want let the president sign this bill. What are the reason them where Labour Congress they call on President Julius Maada Bio not for sign inside this bill, especially where they just pass we go can know inside this edition of the breakfast show we get Edward Yarime Kamara, when the Deputy Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Labour Congress will be issue out a press statement yesterday where they say then they appeal against assent to the constitutional amendment bill. Like I say, the Sierra Leone Labour Congress now a collective of voices of all the workmen them in the country. So all the workmen in the country, they call on President Biono for sign this bill. We get Edward Yarime with me in the studio and in the Deputy Secretary General for the Labour Congress. Good morning, Mr. Kamara.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me. Good morning to viewers and listeners.
All right. Like I don't tell with viewers them yesterday in the evening as the public see a press release we come out from una the appeal to His Excellency not for assent, like not for sign the constitutional amendments bill 2025 where parliament been passed into law on Tuesday. Why una they call on His Excellency not for sign the bill?
Yeah, thank you. I think I'll just lay the premise. When this whole process starts, way back from late Tijan Kaba, blessed memory, Labour Congress been involved in the consultations. During an school my time, we're also party to that consultation. And then this period of President Bio, we follow the deliberations. We not get direct consultation with the stakeholders where they facilitate the process. However, we send position paper and with we own points them who we feel say therefore look into. Fast forward the Attorney General, Alpha say, he engaged Labour Congress together with his deputy and some of his staff then. We discussed lengthily and they been give assurance. There are things we discussion with we take them back because it give you clarity. And then Labour Congress, now an organization, just like you say, they follow all social, economic, and political issues in the country, but we get mandate from we membership when the workers. So for this particular one, I want to believe that President Bio in desire or the end product of this review, not to which we get now. Because those two former presidents do attempts, they not reach to this level we reach so. However, over time, Labour Congress don't they engage President Bio. From we come, every year we must meet with her. Whether we come public or we keep them to ourselves, we don't meet with her. And we don't know him for big person, we could have tell him true, we could have give him advice, we positive. One of the things we are showing that me doors they open to una. If una get any issue, do ya una bring come up to me. So over the years, we get cases that will go side, where we don't meet them, and they take position after we deliberation. So that being said, and him being which we consider as worker number 1, 001 worker in Sierra Leone, and they work for the people of this country. And at the end of the month, or at the end of your tenure, you can forget benefits, you can forget monthly salary. So we consider and say, you now remember, and we get for the talk with you. We want to say thank you because he always they give you that platform. So at no time we hesitate for talk to him. So when this whole thing on there, we follow the process to go religiously. Every time when a debate, we go meet, we get with small parliaments and Labour Congress, that's how they meet, we discuss. Until we get this kind of result, we membership, they're not happy. We membership, then as we consider workers as the movers and shakers of the economy. We believe that without we sweat and muscle, not a single way, the economy not go move. So this thing we see so, not for today, but we're looking at the future.
Because when you say una membership not happy, there must be a reason. So why they're not happy? Then voice, they're not they part of that process, they way bond the bill?
Correct. We submitted with position paper. Parliament, through the Speaker, announced all the institutions will send position paper. The question is, after acknowledging that all them people have sent position paper, any engagement be done with those group of people? For us, no. Because Parliament at no time, not till we say, we don't see on a position paper. Let we meet, let we discuss. Then get them rights, then get them power for do them thing, do them one time. But the fact that they ask the public for submit position paper, plenty other institutions did waiting we self do. And I believe that we don't set the pace. It's not going to be too long. We will get the views of other organizations that we send position paper with some of waiting them put in them position paper not be captured. So we consider say Parliament, and for this particular Parliament, I'll tell you, we see this Parliament as not people-centered Parliament, not to the people as it used to be. For let the people in the community or the constituency say among them 3 how they fought for the symbol, we prefer this, not to that Parliament that we get now. We get a Parliament when at the political party, few people in one room sit down and make list. So we begin for say and say, this Parliament with the no problem, because the interest of the people not to be reflected in their deliberations. If you look the way how they do things before, then go give a ruling, say, go engage your constituency, go get consultation with your constituency. But in this case, no. Then just left the thing, they just limit the whole discussion around themselves. So for us, no problem. Because the people's power, sovereignty belongs to the people. Then just get the right for go make the law. And when you make the laws, then you get to the people and tell the people, say, this is what we want to do. But for this Parliament, not to so it happen. For us, we say problematic.
You say una been carry una position papers them and una be there among the one them way the speaker be announced to carry position paper. Waiting be there on a position paper, we una be look forward to, we una not see na the final document with them pass.
Okay, I may not read all through,
The majors.
but few among them will be getting shoot PR, as I don't explain and so. Say, let it be people center. Make the people and the choose who that for really represent them. We see the PR as a problem because right now, I don't follow through, and thanks to all those experts, political experts and legal people, them we don't count on us to do for help the people for understand. Now you look at a situation where waiting people don't explain how we see so. If the parliament will we get now, if not to be PR we use when not just the political parties sit down at the office and choose the leader, will not before we choose how we so. Because the parliamentarian before return to them people them and say, we want to discuss this thing, waiting una say. But in this case, no. So that don't show say the fear will people be the exhibit or will be the express, it don't come to reality. That the people no longer regard the electorate. For say, yes, now them people they are through constituency. When you do the political system, in their executive selections or elections, then they bring from lower level till they reach to district or whatever region. Why not allow the process for let the constituency look among the people that will come up for the symbol of the political party, but let them choose rather than just few. So we don't see the end product now for say, then we have become not to we been choose them, not to we then rely on for come back for second mandate or third mandate, now make them behave so. If them be know very well see the people who get for choose them, now then they go represent, then they know before behave so. We will get another issue we get for do with the election date. Of course, as I say, the Attorney General, the AG, when we meet, we discuss that with them. We will get this issue again when at the turn in the flesh now. This 108 and 94, simple majority, and also the one that has to do with 2/3. So these are all things where we discuss with them privately. So all the discussions we had, of course, it been very plain with we for tell we say, I get a conversation with Tuna, but the thing will rely on parliament then decision. I want to say the aging are very fine gentleman, and I know say whatever don't be the product now, not to wish. Because all the conversations then we follow, political party on both sides, they respect the 2/3 majority, the 2/3 vote system, where they all been expressed. It's unfortunate that at the end of the day, this thing not can.
So I use.
Well, I go blame both parties. Because such a thing in the way exhibit. They show the lack for social dialogue. They show the lack or the inability for negotiate. Because situation like this, not only limited to debate. And when you look the process I been to go, both parties, they respect their political leaders. We not undue influence on them. They sit down there, then they watch them, then they debate. If you mistake go waiting or you talk waiting, they all appreciate. You stand chance for whatever. Maybe something you don't get symbol again. They were not given that free opportunity as they used to do. Of course, the method of voting, we then say head counts, everybody team up and do that. These are all things we been get some due influence. So what me they say in the whole thing, both parties, that spirit of social dialogue. There we were looking at the process as if, okay, now from which we understand, then what's okay. They get discussion, technical discussion. In that technical discussion, both parties not stand on waiting probably they don't agree and respect. If you get to this particular point, you don't know say we want for win, we no want for lose. The public they look, both parties, them supporters and they look. They also what you end up forget that bulldoze 9 the speaker bulldoze.
So is Toke a reflection of what happened the final day before them pass the bill?
I would say yes. Because why una go to the spirit behind that? Now for no go explain to una. No una see with we reason. We don't do in social dialogue and negotiation for years. All my life over 15 years now doing that. When we're negotiating A against B, you get to make a see reason why for take you A or why for take you B. So even in that particular point they don't meet up. Nothing not being wrong for letting go a second token discussion. But you're looking at the process as if it was like a law. See, if we done at this period, if we not done am, the government will say me the party, the parliamentary don't fail me. So why should it be like that? You know, no time, no be day, not even get time for defy from a system that gets to a deadlock. And one thing also what we notice, now that you know they make law when you are hot. You know they make law when you very, very happy. You dey make law when you stable. If you don't reach to a point in the debate that both parties we don't get tempered, them don't go tempered. You hear the age they talk say, I disappoint. So instead of give up. That we two don't go talk, we two don't go agree, you don't go the other way. You hear the leader of speaker, the leader of the ruling party of government business, self they express that. So you see, when both parties, all the technical people will be involved in this whole thing, no great say the truth, or no great respect within them, don't go agree on, they speak a bulldoze.
So in the eyes of the Labour Congress, are you saying this current constitutional amendments bill, where they wait for let the president sign them or not, is not largely in the interest of the people?
Yes, it is not. We get the opinions, we get the reactions, we see the social media. Of course, I don't host almost all the people that I own, I don't host, and the people that will say when they talk now the society for people for listening, don't say it in the favor of the country. And one thing the president say, he say vote Sierra Leone. Well, listen now. Is this constitution really meant for Sierra Leone? The answer is no. This constitution, if we not be careful, it will lead to one party system again. We're bad.
So.
The reason being, if you go rely on simple majority, if you're not 30, me not 31, not simple majority, I'll lead you by one. So the framers for put on 2/3, they know say it no go easy. And before you get 2/3, serious dialogue and negotiation go don't be done. And I tell you, if in this case, may you to see after the ECOWAS summit in Sierra Leone, when the opening of when presidents go to parliament, we see the interaction between both parties. The women in the dance, the political party in the dance, president be so relaxed for talk with both parties, snap with, we saw all those videos and pictures. So it's as if they were expecting a fruitful or a constitution where the people of this country go respect. But if it did as it is now, I tell you, any other thing we go to parliament, they go rely on majority. And other get the majority, now they go to the party. At the end of the day, when it becomes like that, now the opposition don't say, we're not a party to this constitution. We go say, now multi-party decision. The answer is no.
So when una don't look at all of that, how we reach here? Now, outside parliament miss am.
Well, just like where I say, you don't receive opinions or papers from other key stakeholders. They entirely just cancel. I suppose they slash as well, because I saw some of the people. These are people you just can't disregard. Call them and make you hear also from them. In a situation where they don't notice a temper don't fly out, the speaker and those two leaders will get the ability to ask, okay, you know what, can we meet again? But it be appear like say, if August 10 na be the deadline, if we not pass them, then we not go pass them again. We make them go the way we then go. And for us, we see say, we own person, we are the president, we decide for tell and say, member 001 not sign this particular document because for the legacy. And the good thing about the parliament is full of young people. So we expect these young people for things Sierra Leone as how the president appeal. But they're not think Sierra Leone, they're not going that direction. So I will say outrightly from the position of Labour Congress that the spirit of social dialogue, the spirit of negotiation were never exhibited to the fullest, and therefore we call on the president for your name go live on. If this constitution you sign them and it become law, tomorrow, people go say they once live a man, we do ABC. We know the legacy of the president over the years. We know the legacy of even the Speaker of Parliament. He's a fine gentleman. We don't follow him throughout. We don't get conversation with him. We don't get conversation with the former speaker. We know the thought and the mind we don't get for Sierra Leone. But in this particular one, they miss her. The speaker been go hot that we don't do this, and are still not really listening. So la bulldoze. So let we not live with that kind of constitution. Otherwise, it will affect this country and it will affect democracy.
If you ask the ruling bench in a parliament, then go tell you, say, this is done and dusted. If the president go ahead and sign this, what thing it go mean?
Well, I go answer you with a scenario or a case study. An institution used for leave, we get a condition, say, if somebody sick whilst in service, this person will go continue for get medical. If he pass, we bear him. If he return, he will continue for serve. Then a leader emerge in that institution. He say, no, anybody who is sick from now when we don't take over, so we dey give 6 months. If you know well after that 6 months, we pull you in the office. The moment we give that ruling day, just 2-3 months down the line, now they himself sick. And the sick beyond 6 months, then pull them to the institution. It means, see, if you pass this law now, because now you didn't have power, no say one day, when you know they have power, other party will get simple majority, then go use them against you. And that not will be good for this country. This country don't go through a lot. This country with peace is fragile. I make when we don't write the president, we humbly appeal to him. Mr. President, save your name. And we continue for express through liberty that your name big. Make this particular constitution with them pass, no can put a scar that you pass a controversial decision. We want to see a constitution where both parties, stakeholders, be part of. We not be even happy when we understand that the last day they are civil society and other key institutions them out of the room. Wait for us, it shows something fishy. We want to call on the president, as we understand that he don't recall the parliament again for meet, let this discussion there around. That this constitution for be a multi-party constitution.
But what they call on parliament for meet now for approve new appointees, and if una they appeal to His Excellency not for sign this bill, what's are the other alternative then?
Well, I will tell you, since we send this letter, we don't get several calls from government leaders. And most times they get further engagement. And until we see both parties meet and agree, we not go get peace over this decision. We will continue to appeal again publicly that as at today, the bill don't pass from the 10. As at today, we will not get any confirmation whether I don't sign or not. We don't send to her now. He always, they respond to we. And I'll say, we don't present cases to them, we give approval. At no time, we don't give them case, we not get approval. He go only tell we say, una give me small time. We are hoping that more people also will come and join in this call for tell and say, no sign. We hear people, they say that they go to the Supreme Court. But I tell you, the very first custodian of the Constitution, the supreme authority, then at the hand of the president. If the president said today, okay, take this thing back and get the opposition party for involved, the matter settled. Now that direction they will look at. Because for say Supreme Court the next 2 months, the next 3 months, now distraction. There are a lot of things they will do what the government want to do. But if you go left and almost say this to go for prolonger, nothing no wrong. And I know that before time, you don't reject some bill them way people then call on them. Say, Mr. President, no sign, any no sign. So the people of this country, we don't glad away plenty, don't talk, plenty don't give opinion, but let only stop on opinion and writing. Let's say the fact to him that don't sign. Take it back to parliament and let we get both parties and the people of this country where the constitution meant for involved in the process.
Earlier, you say if this bill left so and President Bill signer may become finally law, it will lead to a one-party state.
That's all. The whole process of getting one party now, when you don't get a law, we should say majority now and carry the vote. The sooner you get this law, every other thing will go to parliament and it will pass. And when it pass, we will continue to forget the other party for say, I am not involved. We no one get to that situation again, where the opposition go talk, say, we're not going to take part in government again. We don't get that before.
You think
and we see what
this
it
will
means.
lead to that?
If then don't say we are not party to this constitution, it means anything where this constitution dictates, the tendency for them say we not go take part because this constitution will not consider them as a constitution we all belong. And another thing we're troubling now that we've always the wait for let the international community come and say we the two. We don't get voices that this country for able to speak truth to power as we are doing now from Labour Congress. Everybody then in small corner, no, this thing not correct, this thing not correct. Let's say it. Don't sign. Because the sooner you sign, the method of simple majority will mean say all other things will come. One time I follow now, and I've been talk about something at the grapevine, the extension of the presidential term. Who knows? That maybe if you get a constitution of this nature, or you get a voting formula of this nature, then they also can come and pass. And that we want for the country? The answer is no.
We don't listen to other people where they say if these people like the Honorable Smantimbo, a lawmaker and also a lawyer, where they say if this left like I did so, it open floodgates. You told that line there?
Perfectly correct. It go open floodgates. I'll tell you that for free. It go, simple majority, the framers of the law, they be very clever. For you get simple majority in this parliament, and lobbying, and negotiations, you get for convince somebody else. And within a minute, that job is just two, because the ruling government will already get 2 of APC. Then we just need additional 2. So which means more lobbying. And we follow. They started. But they're not able to endure along the line. Somebody feel hot. Oh, but when I did this, when I disappoint me. I am disappointed. The after we don't do all this. I said to a young man, he's a friend of mine, we go up together. We be for go more. We be for go more. Yes, we don't talk, we'll go down a ton. So let we continue this conversation. But why should it be like, if this date pass, we not go get the result? There was time for further engagement, further lobbying, further negotiation.
You think there was an external pressure for let that bill they pass on Monday, Pauper?
The way it happened, I would say yes, there was. Because if you look the attendance of the political leaders in this discussion, it never be before. I don't know if somebody will prove me wrong or right. When I saw all the political leaders in the house, and then they recognize their presence, it don't give the parliamentarian the urge. If we not debate well, we not get symbol again. No. Because now then few people that will be in the room, now then they decide who that name they in the list. Now that make us say that the problem that we lead to all this. If that parliamentarian be no say, me you today at this country, we don't follow elections. We don't see a situation where 4 people come up for symbol in one constituency. Then they vote, then they lobby. All things that they do before ever the people say, now this person we rely on. Then they put in name. But in this case, no. So those people will be there. But you remember, I like to take you back to history. When Pakaba been sit down of blessed memory for the delegates conference, he not go sit down outside and they carry the vote. He sit down there. They watch everybody they can vote. Yeah, for CC, if I don't take you na A I want, why sit down sooner? If you not vote for it, the next moment I go pull you now as minister. We don't see that before. So when you get those political leaders in that house, who don't know one debate, if you go debate, because we impress the one we get for ensure say a name day not the list for another year. We for us, that now undue influence.
What are some of the lessons we both members of parliament and the public for learn through all of this?
One, members of parliament for no say then they represent the voice of the people. And we get a saying that the voice of the people is the voice of God. So them also appear like people we no get mentors. We for able go sit down with those mentors to ask for advice. Also, they look at me in a way that this particular thing, like for example, as you say, if me don't see the floor, not 2/3, then we argue. I stand for 2/3. But the other party will stand against, not go get the 2/3. We argue. Then sleep for allow the shifts from the voting using the 2/3 go to simple majority. Somebody been for smart enough for say, not allow any other option. In politics, in this life, there are times you compromise for meet up which you want. There are times. It's just like sometimes when we go into negotiations, which members and can want for we come up with. We're not able to get them if we see the negotiation, they go the opposite. But we get a flaw for say the worst situation, we for remain there. You know, so they not show that ability. They not show the ability for dialogue. Of course, they lost patience among themselves. They lost trust. And all them things we not exist. Now an organization we get for another 2 years. They even for imagine how the country go on.
But is it a patience then loss or not them political interest way then been put before for achieve, make them not able for reach at a point where one person go say, okay, let's compromise and get this done?
The political interests not been in focus. The political leaders not been in focus. Not the people of this country, not Sierra Leone. Because they sit down with them, sit down so in parliament. Not to the people and put their name on the list, so not the political leaders. So that by itself, it should say you are not there representing the voice of God, we are the people. You there for represent few political leaders. Now that make we say, let we go to the president. C'est pas the voice of God, we are the voice of people. They don't tell we for tell you say, no sign. God know they come up or can't talk to President Bill, no. And we no bend and left, or no bend and right, we go direct. But with the appeal. So we they beg you. We they solicit you and for make you no sign.
And I believe say no go sign.
We believe say no go sign.
Why?
Based on the relationship we have with him, I want to believe that from today, probably after the weekend to next week, we will see more voices will go out to us. Probably they wait for the reaction of the people now. Parliament don't say A. Waiting the people go say. People Congress don't take the lead. And as I say, we believe now in social dialogue. We don't assure them. Say, we go work with you. And you don't tell we say, I will open my doors to you. Una no hesitate for talk to me. We go talk to them. Now that we don't do so. Over the weekend, we dey believe God and we dey ask people in this country, may we pray for the direction of the president in this line. Because if this thing go wrong, we not go easily reverse it. It take 35 good years for them we review the constitution. The products we expect, not to a constitution we controversial, not to a constitution we full so many disputes, not to a constitution with the two major parties one person will say, we are not a party to it. And to the opposition, one for say to now, this is the game. You all the opposition self get the ability as the president to exhibit them, for let the leadership go meet the president. Or the two political leaders then meet, they engage the president. Now parliament done. Now we're looking at to the political leaders. Then get that ability, if they mean well for this country. And the young one that we did in politics, including me with the talk show now, we're all young, we're all in the studio. We go live on forever. They explain this if you go wrong. And God go always responsible. The young one them, we not taste the war where some of us taste whilst we are here, 2000, 1997, 98, 99. We no one let that thing they repeat again in this country. Everywhere in the world, the constitution is supreme. Let the constitution be a constitution where the people of this country go knock their chest and say, yes, we made it together. Not a constitution who will say, nah, 97 people make up. Or, in this case, now the ruling of the speaker. The speaker says he gets all the right, he gets all the ability. Because say, I take back my ruling because of the state. You get that stuff. And we know him for being somebody we prayerful. I know him personally. So if you pray, do I go to you pastor or made a happy for seek the face of God. But this ruling where you give so, and not go make peace in this country in the future.
Earlier, you talk about patience, say both parties not being patient for dialogue well. Then also, you talk about trust, we know they between both parties. And if this bill they so, how it will continue for deepening this lack of trust with between the two parties that now we involved in governance?
There is no way if this thing continue when these two political parties go trust themselves. Except then decide for take back this constitution. There is no way. Because even to yesterday, over the week, we don't hear press releases that they come out. Leaders that they make their own opinion. What if this September call with the president call? What if the opposition decide not to go down parliament? What thing will happen to the one that we then go choose? We go bulldoze back? The answer is no. We're not for leaving that. What if the people and say, well, we they keep back. We know they follow the provisions of this constitution. And let us be guided also that the provisions of this constitution then go use by the next election. If it remains so. So if what the political parties and say, because we not respect this, we not go take part by the election. Now that we want in this country, the answer is no. So these are all consideration. If we get the privilege, as I say so now make we get a lot of things so before putting out the letter. But if you ask for it, now make we just say, please sir, no sign. If he call we now, say why una say no sign? Then we go talk to him conscience. And as we can always say, now a listening president.
But again, most people don't be blame owner like we're supposed to be a pressure group.
Okay.
And we're supposed to be the conscience of the state for being reactive rather than proactive. Because this conversation, not to today begin,
Correct.
not to just Monday the debates begin. The debates don't be they go on for 3 weeks. And according to you, when I don't they follow and they observe the debate, how it be they go.
You're right.
Where una be don't notice a consensus not between the two political parties them. Why una not been pull voice? Wait until the bill don't pass days after the bill. Now the pull voice say His Excellency not for sign am.
Okay, that's a very good question. As I tell you, the Toke meeting now one way for bill consensus. Say logo na one room, no go talk. And that's part of us. And we live when they discuss issue. We can take 5 minutes off. We go discuss and we come back. So we appreciate that process. Go to Toke, una meet, una agree, say Lord police as they report, Lord police, law police, we agree on this. And there are a lot of things we agree on. Good. Coming to the debate, we also follow. But before the debate, we follow the opening of the parliament. We see the interactions between the two political parties. We'll be happy. So that means I fake them in the fake way. We're disappointing. So we're happy for see that collaboration. We see them, they dance, now different all. So we know, okay, this thing will become a national document. We'll be happy. When they go now for go vote, yeah? Or when they vote, we notice the 2/3 majority no come out. We say, oh, there's a deadlock. So our expectation now that maybe then go recess, then conduct the election back. I remember there was an election we then go 1 or 2 times to 3rd time before they get the possible win. So that was our expectation. It's shocking for us for you the ruling after. So in that trend, there is no way you go enter because we'll not be ever preempt this outcome. We'll be very much sure that this social dialogue is at play. Government and the opposition, then they negotiate and then go come up with a fine document. So now be a shock for us. That make we see the ruling of the speaker now like he bulldozed the whole process. We're shocking to us. That make immediately we say we're not gonna wait, let's send this message now to the president. If we don't see the signs, i.e., there was no choker, there was no that interaction we made to see in social media, the ladies in green versus ladies in red, and they celebrate the interactions and the statement from the president during the ECOWAS summit. We begin to see the movement. Now that the political beefing done the limited. We'll see what happen. The godfather of the APC then drop case against Sam. So we say, yes, the president they go in the good direction. Waiting change. Is it that now impression management? That waiting really then show we not showing me really dinner inside the sleeve? With that by itself back, with the people self for the loss of trust on them. Because they don't give me impression. They don't show we say we are now together. Yeah, we get with different opinions. We get with different colors. We get with different views. But for the sake of the country. And when we listen to the president again, don't vote for me, don't vote, but vote Sierra Leone. So all those comments were like, dialogue is at play. So there was no way we could say, we not expect this, I will tell you outside. Nice shock, nice surprise. And I don't say to most people in this country, based on what we see before the pronouncement of the speaker.
If President Bio not listen to all them call their own and they make it, go ahead and sign this bill. With this dialogue signs we say Unabidon they see from the time we then drop the former president in case onto him attending the ECOWAS conference and President Bio in speech we make for the state opening of parliament. All of them things then they go behind back. If this bill go ahead, His Excellency sign up?
I would say yes. The trust the president don't develop the past 2 months, especially in the political landscape. For me, yes. And just like I said earlier, we for the wait for the foreigners or international community can talk to we. We know we talk to we, sir. We know we talk to we, sir. President we know we listen to the voice of the people. And now we don't represent the voice of the people. C'est pas, no, sir. Make a listen. And for us, thank you to the social media now. Because this recording we would this interview what they give so it go there as long as I live. 10, 15 years, I go chat, I go see. So record don't show. It don't go na record. Because then you no go talk tomorrow say nobody no been call me attention. Because then you if you get the feeling, say waiting the parliamentarian and do, all man at the country, they behind them, not to true, sir. These are the conscious words we're giving to him, not to true. So we still, on behalf of the workers and people of this country, put a hold and refer this team back to parliament, make them get another session and come up with a fine constitution. multi-party, democratically constitution.
If this happens, for say when they ask let the documents go back na parliament, what are you word to the opposition?
Well, to the opposition, let them be very skillful. Let them seek the interests of the country and let them see a position wherein they go get themselves forget a winning for this country. The thing we I believe say the opposition want na 2/3. We mean say sometimes you compromise. I will say it publicly. And I will tell you, my lady, this result we didn't get. If it been this secret ballot, would they get it 2/3?
Why I believe so?
Because from all views, now we don't get 2 APC, we don't go SLPP. Waiting them we need. I think 1 or 2. Among them within a parliament too for the opposition. There are few we go to say, hey, had I known, I supported the 2/3. So if they give a second chance, say when I go look this thing, but I'll tell 1 grain sitting, the 2/3 majority go, the 2/3 provision of 108 go stand. So now plenty of them go there in regret. Because I'll tell you, those political leaders women in at the well, it affects them decision. We don't see before. You know, I admire a few of them, the young one them, especially I go with all due respect, I go reference Honorable Tawa, where I don't they follow through, I don't meet them personally. We stand for waiting rights, Honorable Gevao. These are young leaders we're building up in this country. The Abukagbo, these are young leaders. The Timbo, I don't they follow them all these years. They are all young and the parliament full of young people. But on ourselves, on a able talk, on a able get talk na corner say, but let this lost stand this 2/3. If they give them the second chance, I tell you they get them in one meeting. I am very optimistic. Let them just say on a vote and let it not be head count. Because we be head counts, you parties chairman sit down, did you sit down? We didn't say on all for team. You know, even for let them work out of parliament. It not go be the wish of the all. I will tell you this. Me not matter, man. We don't need this game for long. Yeah? Not so they all go say, okay, they follow. But your political leaders sit down inside parliament. They say that what you left. Mohamed and Thompson, then they now they say kanda cool. They don't maintain them. See, this is our thought. For which I respect them. They know they fluctuate. If they say will they follow through, well, they follow through and they keep going. If not to be head count, this talk will person not be for the power. So even the person will manage the process if he says sleep. Why should you call for head count in a situation this way the one whole world they look? You get secret ballots. It's applicable. So why then go to this one we all man the Jara and Jara as we are talking locally? You know, so we still maintain opposition and we call on other people well-meaning Sierra Leonean for letting toe the line for ask the president and advise the president, let him not sign this, let it go back in the parliament.
Right.
That show the way when they ask the president not for sign and if the president listen to groups selekuna and send them back na parliament, what in this could show in terms of democracy?
He go show
the legacy we President Biosey want for left of unity and national cohesion.
He go show say President Bio na president for the people of Sierra Leone. He go show say President Bio na listening president. He go cement the saying talk and do. If you don't talk, say in the respect the constitution. Now you don't get voices of workers in this country where they talk to them. If you return them back to parliament, me and you two self will sit down here. We go respect them for the rest of it. Go on a record that yes, President Bio stood for waiting right. Yes, President Bio not approved the controversial passing of this document. It go stand a record. A name go ever live for this one. Now, one thing they make person name live for long. This is not one test. It go allow it go into legacy for accepting the constitution or signing the constitution. We not to multi-party contributions.
All right.
Not to that government.
All right, Edward, many thanks. We join with this morning for can talk on the position of Labour Congress on the constitutional amendment bill where Parliament don't pass on Tuesday. Well, the Labour Congress, they call on His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, not for putting signature on this bill and let it send them back na Parliament because them believe say the bill not get majority voices and are just one party of 97 people been passed this bill and not get the 2/3. Instead of the 2/3, they say the speaker use simple majority. Where Labour Congress believes say not to collective voices of Parliament. Well, they can go into a second segment now. As we tell Una, the rains they don't begin. Where they can talk to the mayor of Freetown, Yvonne Akisoya, what in plans them where it get for flood mitigation, where it can have Freetown. As we all know, one of a major priority they say one for transform Freetown. Waiting it don't do. Yvonne Akisoya, they can explain inside this next segment. Quickly before we talk to the mayor, Lord, just take this short commercial break.
Salon they take action for every mama and every pikin. Together we go reach zero. We all for take action so no mama no go die where it give life. No pikin no go die from preventable sickness. No pikin no go left behind for take maclet. The race to zero day on now.
But zero no go happen by chance. If you na mama or belle woman, take action. Go na clinic early. If you na papa, take action. Support mama, care you picking for maclet. If you na chief, take action. Encourage belle woman then for go hospital for a well body one. We all for take action for save the life of we woman and picking them. So join with today for take action for reach zero. This message they come out from the Ministry of Health together with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education.
The world they move fast, especially in the social media space. Every second, plenty things they happen, but waiting actually you they look for. Interesting story then at the social media where they shape your life. So, not waiting they happen at the problem, but how it affects you. Welcome to Trends. Also, we they bring you the real story them behind the social media noise. From technology, we don't. Welcome back. You still watch the Breakfast Show where they come to you live na Liberty TV, and we tell you say this segment where they can talk to the mayor of Freetown, her worship Yvonne Akisoya, there this morning. Follow we can talk about the flood mitigation, waiting they put in place. We know say we day in the rains. Good morning, Madam Mayor, and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mabel. Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, viewers.
Let me just start with a practical question. As the mayor of Freetown, anytime we then say rainy season they come, taking into consideration waiting can happen where rain they come, you can get worried when the rainy season they come?
You know, I think a question we speak to a broader issue. When rain they come, so many of the challenges of the mandate of the city then can be amplified. Wait to make a talk so. The question or the flooding where we all talk about, not so just the rain they cause them. Rain get for come. And especially now with climate change, we know say the rain can be quite extreme. But wait to make we get flooding, not to just because of rain. We see in Accra, a few weeks ago, I showed everybody see that massive flood in Accra. Where down the level of rainfall we come, it like that time where we been get the mudslide. You know, the rain volume being really excessive. And when a part of it happened with climate change. But in we own case, the flooding when it happen, the factors them include the fact say people then they build and block water side. Why then they build and block water side? Because building permits not to something where they operate effectively in a salon. As we now know, building permits still there in the hands of the Ministry of Lands. So the issuing of building permits is not to something where universal. The most recent audit on the subject, they're old now, 2019. But at that time, it shows say only 15% of the properties that we have been looking at the city been get building permit. That's a very low number. So when you get structures where they block water side, and not just for block river or stream, but even the passage of your neighbor in water. So you have the issue of building permits or the lack of building permits. They create man-made situations where they encourage or they create flooding. That now one. Two, deforestation. I will continue for talk for time. We day in a city where the topography, that is the landscape, we get the hills, then we get the plain, the flat part, then we get the ocean. So anything when it happen na the hills, they affect all of the city. How this can with flooding? Trees, they're so important. We thick day, we bush day, we grass day. It keep the surface of the land covered. It hold the water when rain come. When you cut the thick them, you dey see what you see today. When you cut thick, the place bare. Now brown dirty, you look up the mountain, you see brown dirty. When rain come, nothing not dey for olam. The rain not dey go down inside the ground again. It just a rush can down with the red dirty. So one of the features that we see all over the city now silt, the red dirty all over the place. So when the rainy season can come, wait till it can show the failures of having proper mandates devolved to councils, having enforcement of laws, because environmental law day, we Ministry of Environment get for saying enough for cut take, but it not be enforced. We now they try for putting a bylaw for let we also help them for let we get enforcement in terms of not cutting trees. And then finally, waste. Dirty must go. They encourage all Freetonians for ensure say they're registered with an approved waste service provider. Yesterday I gonna Bernos for go tell Osh me auntie die. I sit down with family members. We just hear it clean salon. I hear the person that the host the one of them staff them. They call the guy now go meet them. I say now una the problem. Look, you see that bag dirty where they can get him? When he go up the street, now inside the gutter they go put him. Where he go up the streets, now along the side of the road they go put him. So that waste as well, where illegally deposited, now another contributing factor. Because if the gutter don't block with dirty, with waste, then itself could cause flooding. So when the rain can come, indeed, Mabel, indeed, I can worried because we need for ensure say we address those underlying problems for reduced flooding. But I also bring the Accra example come because we get for appreciate say in this era of climate change, we go see extreme weather patterns, all the more reason why we for be ready.
Freetown, anytime when a rainy season, flooding they happen.
Because of the reasons that we are just on
But
described.
the question now is, Madam Mayor, what are the things that we put in place after the rains for prevent?
So let me go back to the things that were said that cause the flooding. I don't talk about poor planning or lack of planning. We as council not able to stop that. Even as recently as last night, one mammy, an older woman in a Wellington community, he reached out to me about how in neighbor they don't build and how the building where in neighbor don't do, they create flooding in their own compound. We as FCC, we as Bo City Council, McKinney City Council, Port Local City Council, we not getting mandate for stop that kind of construction. We go only get them, as you say, what can I do? I continue for lobby. I continue for lobby to the Ministry of Lands. They don't pass the act now. It was passed. It was passed last year, but then still not give the function to the councils. You need to be staff there said recently. They say, me or not take them. So because they also do the damage, that even if we get a function now, it will be too late. But I disagree. I believe, say, if we get a function, we go able for getting mandate, for go meet person we don't build, where he owns construction, the blocking neighbor, forget the mandate for saying no, you get for change this. And moving forward, we go stop then kind of. So the number one thing what they do on that point now lobby. On the deforestation, again, as I mentioned, we try for putting a bylaw. We continue with Freetown the Treater. We try for raise more revenue, more funding for plant more trees, and we appeal to Freetonians for left for cut the trees then we day, and left for cut the trees then when we don't plant. But that also need government collaboration, because some of that destruction of we planting areas now because people then don't get permits for build or put road outside we don't agree with government say go be a planting area. When it comes to the waste, I will come on to that in more detail. But something else very important, now the role of SLRA. SLRA responsible, as we know, for road construction and road maintenance. Unlike other cities or other rural areas, in Freetown, a decision was taken in 2018 by the then chairman of SLRA and CEO or DG of SLRA, say council, Freetown City Council, not get feeder roads. So they're not involved when it comes to road maintenance. Now then they do them. And they also get the responsibility for the drainage when they build a road. When you build a road, the road for car with drainage. But wait till we see. Because you get so many roads them, with they in terrible state. Like you one good example. Model Junction. Model Day in the middle of the city. But the state of Model, that red dotty and everything that overspilled, all they go into the gutter. The other thing about the gutter, then drainage, then they're too small. And we see that all over the place. So again, now lobby with SLRA. Lobby for let them make sure, say, they maintain the roads in Freetown. And let them make sure, say, when construction to be done. Even when construction of roads are being done by private individuals. Because we all know, say, there's a lot of that. Since people then move into areas where road not there, then they build their road for themselves. Most times their road they not get drainage. So most times you see the runoff. So waiting and we own where we able to as council in that regard, they again now for lobby. But ultimately, although in order to deal with the underlying issues, them most significant, the waste management we get with Dirty Must Go campaign, we will talk about more. But as far as flood mitigation goes, waiting we did do now for work with the existing situation. So in light of all waiting, I don't say, Freetown City Council every year, they move on with waste management, on with flood mitigation activities. So in June, we mobilize over 700 young people then, and we do with flood mitigation work of clearing gutters, clearing areas where we see in our flood flashpoints. We do Portini Road, Crew Bay, I think say everybody will see that one day. Blackhall Road, Ben's Garage. These are hot spots. Baibure Road, Akram, Kennedy Street, Congo Tong, William Street, Charles Street, Bright Street, Gabriel Street, Priscilla Street, Kissy Road, SLRSA, Upgon Junction, Stacko, Hillside Bypass, Eastern Police, Eastern Street, and Collet Town. So we don't do them one day. And you go no say it gets an impact. Interestingly, we get heavy rains in the last few weeks. Most of the disaster flooding where we see actually happen slightly outside of the boundary. There were terrible disasters in Mechkem, in Angola, but also Juba Hill we affected. The volume of rain. And if people any notice, you go see something where we not can normally see. If you watch over Savage Street Bridge, that water, the volume of water, that stream they can normally empty. The volume of water where they flow in always streams there right now, even under Juba Bridge, very high. Which shall we say we don't get exceptionally high rainfall. For let our rain day still day. So we did do the flood mitigation, but I will continue for say, underlying all of this, more important even than for go clear the gutter of the dirty. Now for make sure say the dirty not go na the gutter. For make sure say the drains them big enough for accommodate the kind of volume of rain where they come, the pressure of the population now. For make sure say building permits then they be used, planning to be done effectively. I mean, it was very sad. The death when happened some weeks ago, na Juba. We team go na the site. The bodies were recovered, but we're not even able to know who that na the people them. We're not able to even find family members because the level of homelessness as we all know, we don't come accompanying this Kush crisis, accompanying the rural urban migration in massive numbers. These things are all sort of side effects of issues them we tied to the flooding.
Mayor, anytime we have income, it clearly expose the kind of dirty within a Freetown. And it show say flooding they happen in Freetown because of dirty them within our communities. Because anytime the rain they come, you just see all thing they can down a big gutter them where they block the waterway. All of them things that we outline say una don't do as part of una flood mitigation plans. Are they really working or na clean salon are the problem?
So, like I said before, and I go say them again, not to one thing they cause the flooding. And I want to underestimate. I mean, if you put your mind back to a few years ago, I think in 2022, where we get a major flooding incident and building wall collapse na back of spur loop. I don't know if you remember that. That na about construction. Flooding where we don't see na locust community, where the school by the bridge flooded. Not to this year, this was in the previous year. Now because of construction, we block the waterway. So I will continue for say again, if you not understand the problem, you know we get the right solution. It's very easy for focus on the waste management, and that really come to definitely not a problem. And when people then choose for say, let my people go, when the expression we then can use, when rain come, then go take all the dirty, then Ibana gutter say the rain carry the dirty go. That day against with bylaws, that na an attitude problem of Freetonians, but that in and of itself, not to the rest reason for flooding where you see. You get flooding, we don't get nothing for do with that. Usai person, the drainage don't be blocked by a structure. Usai water side, where when the flow, big building team up there now. It cause flooding because it act as a dam. And we see that in the communities. So let me be clear, say, if we want to solve the problem, we for solve every aspect of every part of the cause of the problem. Let we come to the dirty. We don't bring a bylaw. We don't get to enforcement teams that out. The Salon police done the back way along with the we own Met police. Then it be back in the field on Monday. 5 million leons, 5,000 leons fine, or we charge you to court, which can lead to up to 6 months imprisonment. Now that's the law say. We did take them softly, because we will give people then time for register. But we go become more and more determined for make the law take in course. So I want to remind Freetonians, Leona call 8244 if you don't know Udana waste service provider. To date, 25,000 people that don't register. And we're very, very happy. So if you're not one of the one there, we don't register for your waste collection, one of the 25,000 properties, congratulations, thank you. Now this we need in this city.
Is it an affordable service? Because there must be a reason why, if then service then still there, people they prefer for use the clean salon bobo them.
So no, it's affordable. When we start, we've been come at a rate we've been higher than the clean salon. But I can tell you, I get a flyer now where they show the different sizes and prices. So I can tell you, say we start from as low as 15 leons for collection. Me personally gets the 120 liter bin, and I pay for the month 120,000 leons. 1,000 120 leons, no, not 2,000. This new money. 120 leons. You know, so it is affordable. So with that, I want for we not use that as an excuse. I know say for people there for change their habits, Nati we can take time. I know say even with service providers, then self get for push more, you know, for make sure say they reach every door.
But Nati we efficient, not so for just say it's cheap and affordable, but the efficiency again, now one big question where you need for answer.
Yes, we get a system where the collection na something where we the monitor. Now make we use the app. So you pay online. If not bought it phone, you get if you able pay online. You use *715*123# for make you payment. Now on your phone, then you register you. So it efficient because we as council, they know when person don't register. We didn't see the back end. We didn't know whose day you're supposed to collect. So if Echo Spring is supposed to collect from you, Khadija on Wednesday, and they not collect, we didn't see them. We didn't see them because all things be uploaded, and then we did follow up on them. Change takes time. We appreciate that. It just like when we come with the property rate. We come with a new system. It takes time for let people there accept them. Because for many people, then get that doubt, say, well, then go come if I don't pay because you did pay in advance. You did pay for the month. And we need for let we do that because the cash flow for run the business, since that starts with the start, also important to them. And the experience, more than important than the cash flow, even at the experience. The experience we will only get in the past with waste collection with the private operators, possibly go collect your dirty for 1 month. When it can't bill you, you tell us, say, you know, once again, and then you not pay. So we don't come on board for support the waste service providers, for make sure, say that small thing, if not 15 leons and you want to let them collect you dirty once a week, not 60 leons. That 60 leons, they pay at one time. And we as FCC, the guarantee say your collection, they be done. We need for move over to a system where everybody, then the host dirty be collected, then business dirty be collected, the institutional dirty be collected at the door. We really need, we all, for take this as we own commitment. Transform Freetown, transforming lives, not a one-man show. I see in this particular time, when the flooding happened, I see government, they talk, waiting me on the talk for the longest time. Sometimes when I've been here, I see many government officials, including the Minister of Lands, they talk about the bad construction. They talk about the fact that people in the bill, who signed enough for bill. Now this, I don't say, from 2018, the law now don't be passed for push this function to the local councils, not only in Freetown. I mean, I talked to the mayor of Kenema on Friday. I've been go Kaila, so I call for, just touch base with him, say, I didn't know you talking about the past. Now he talk, say, the rain, that is same issue, the money than at Kenema. He say, but the people then they go bill, who said enough for bill. They would then flood and begin call council. So this is not unique to Freetown. We really need for ensure, say, we get the laws them mandated in the proper place and we abide by the laws. But here we are. It's funny, it just bring to mind the constitutional crisis where we're in now. Because this is the same thing. If you get laws and the lawmakers not abide by the law, wait till we go expect the people then for do. If we constitution say, for let you pass a constitutional amendment, you need 2/3 majority, and then you get a speaker of parliament, the rule against the constitution, I believe, say, it is set a standard and a precedent where they make even the layman, where we tell and say, register for collecting dirty. Why would they? If the lawmaker, the highest lawmaker, feel to say therefore break the law. I really watch this whole thing in that broader context of whose side we go as a nation in terms of respect for the rule of law. If the respect for the rule of law not there, at the highest levels of government, it create challenge for we get for implement lower laws because it creates an attitude, a culture of impunity where they make the work very difficult.
Earlier, when you in the talk, you be make mention of institutions them way, like the ministry, that's of the Ministry of Lands and other body them way. You say when I don't they work with for ensure say, waiting need for be done people take up responsibilities, we go mitigate the flooding. How effective then consultations then they don't do so far?
So, this is not an ongoing issue.
But they yield anything good?
Well, which it don't yield so far, we don't get the act. The Town and Country Planning Revised Act now don't stay with the devolve. So that's not one big step. And a step where even the World Bank play a part because they may make them a condition, a budget condition for let the act it pass. So the act don't pass. But when you don't pass an act, you need now for implement them. You need now for devolve the functions. Because if you remember, the Local Government Act of 2004, we already don't say then Tinia devolved and that be an act. But for moving forward now, the Ministry of Lands say they want right regulations for operationalize the act. So progress has been made. We need for let the progress be completed. And we need for let them regulations then they no reverse waiting the act don't say. No reverse the spirit. The spirit is that we need land use planning and building permit. Mabel, Khadija, we go continue for get major flooding. Even if you get, as we dey seek for do, we dey aim for let all we residents make sure say that then register with the service provider and we dirty left for Canal Street and it go na the dump sites USA is supposed for go. And when it reach na the dump sites, we don't sign contract with for Kisi and with King Tom for a recycling companies for operates day. So we go reduce the volume of waste because the plastic will be taken care of. Even yesterday, we get a conversation with two of the diplomatic missions where there's a European company we want to do waste to energy. We did an engagement with the Ministry of Energy, but they go want some of the dirty. And this is also possible. So we did work on how we could address the dirty challenge, but we still need for make sure say people that not build us, they're not accessible. Because the dirty challenge self not go done if the planning challenge not done. If you look at a community like Mount Oriel, you look at community like Fireborn by Hillside Bypass. I use Hillside Bypass because no matter how many times we clean that road day, for as long as communities cannot be accessed, and then it continue for if then dirty over the cliff, now a planning problem will lead to a sanitation problem. So we need a holistic solution. We need for make sure say communities are accessible. For make community accessible, not planning. You know, they allow community of hundreds of people for establish, they not get road. That happens because no restriction or day on building permits. No effective implementation of building permits, no day. No land use planning, no day. FCC gets a structure plan for the city. We don't build a structure plan. It was done first in 2014. We don't update them. But forget a structure plan within our office. Not for nothing. Because you cannot implement the structure plan. You cannot implement, say, yeah, for this, got this, yanda, forget this, unless you get the power for make that happen. The power not there with we, it there with the Ministry of Lands. So back to your question, Mabel, how effective has the collaboration been? We did in a journey together. We did look for let the journey reach in logical conclusion. When it came to colleagues like SLRA, the flood mitigation, SLRA said to do some of the roads. Then they shared their roads with we. We did say we did do ya, then they do yanda. Sometimes because of how they do them, we did do them hands on. Then they outsource them to contractors. So we can get this challenge and then know where sometimes a contractor don't pull the dirty, then put on the side of the road, then they left them. 2-3 days they left them. We council not to do so because now we do we work for ourselves. We carry with our own vehicles, we carry with our own staff. But when a contractor, it can create that problem. But it's something where the SLRA aware of, and we hopeful say they will continue for put strength behind making sure that then contractors do them work effectively and are not left dirty by the side of the road and their all thing just wash back in and create an eyesore way there on the side of the road.
How do they visualize free tongue for B the rest of the rainy season we don't left?
So the work we don't do, not just the start, we go continue throughout the rains. When it comes to the clearing of the drainage for let the water flow, we did on them. I noticed that Tengbetong, when I passed there yesterday, huge amounts of debris all over as I've been a drive. I don't reach out to a team for make sure say they prioritize Tengbetong. The same with Adelaide Street, because you see blockage and something else where another agency where self get small issue na Guma. Because Guma self get this issue where some of the flooding where they see like na lumley by the market. That flooding they na pipe we persistently the boss. Guma pipe we persistently the boss. And all of this na about some of the challenges within institutions themselves they face. Because with the right resources, I believe say Guma then pipe them for the underground, not on top of the ground. I don't know if I believe it's resources, not policy. Because as a water company, I sure, and having sat on their board, because the mayor sits on the board, I know saying a resource and not choice make them to do that. But that self can be a source of flooding in some communities.
When you check the weather forecast, it is show say flash flooding get for happen next 24 hours. And if there's signs they don't begin to come up, what are some of the preparation plans from council for ensure say wanna act fast?
So we get one of the things that I do as with our policy change and a structural change, when I come in for the first time ever, we set up departments. We actually get a department in our disaster risk management department. Nobody ever exists. So that's something we bring in. We get a committee of counselors on disaster risk management. So then, like how you say no more, we serve to be proactive. We also have a climate change department. So we get, first of all, when you want to be effective in response, you forget its structures. Usai Council nobody ever gets that kind of structure, that kind of department. We now have that department. That department is now resourced. That department get budget. It gets access to short-term funding for respond quickly. And what does that quickly mean? We know they can really make sure say, because the forecast is flash flooding. Flash floods. Why they say that? Because they know say the volume of rain we get for exceed the capacity of the gutters, of the drainage, of the city for cope with them. So then they anticipate flash floods. So in that kind of setting there, in that situation there, we're not gonna know precisely where it go be, but wait till we go day is day on standby. So you can see maybe 3 months ago at the start of the rains, we've been getting another flash flood incident. We've been create flooding na Brimaline. By within hours, we did it. The head of the department did it. Able to mobilize vehicles, work with SLRA for let we jointly clear the area. So waiting our preparation for day on standby. The longer term preparation, now the ongoing flood mitigation for reduce the likelihood, say the flood go happen here, there, or elsewhere. But as I say to you, we get fundamental issues. Usai posting on bill, it don't block water side, it don't block gutter. Where that kind of rain for them, no matter what we do, the chances of there being flooding high.
With them standby team there own like a mechanism there we just explain. You go on for a show Fritonia and then say in case major flood happen, you get everything under your control.
So if major flood happen, we get the National Disaster Management Agency. The protocols for disasters get layers of response. You get waiting then call the bronze, gold, I think bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. So we did at the bronze level as council.
We are the first
responders for the lowest level of disaster. Also, you begin get major flooding where they affect, sort of tens of homes, loss of life. We not stand on we own. MDNA, they come on board. So what I can tell Fritonians is we ready for respond, either at the level where we stand by we serve, and actually MDNA then generally go always come around, even if not to then their own level of responsibility, full ownership, then generally always they come around. So as a combined force, we absolutely day on standby, with the hope and expectation, say the preventative work where we don't do from June till now, go make the whatever eventualities happen will be minimized tomorrow or in the next as the rainy season continues, because I know will just be tomorrow.
But what about the slum communities? Their mitigation actions, then they reach now the slums where we not go see flooding happen at the communities then?
Well, Krube and one slum always historically don't be flooded. You can check. They not get flood this year. They not get. And the reason is the same way let me clarify that. Some flooding happened along the road because again, you might recall a time in Kam where that Sambagota be absolutely full of plastic, following a heavy rain. And because of that, when rain came after, it go along the side of the road, the edges of the road, but not into the Krube community of Insef, where have been eating that way they suffer in the past. We be able to clear that, and we clear them actually with the support of the plastic manufacturing company, because although the recycling company, because although they're not start operations yet, you know, they're being still interested. When I call them, say, plastic denaya, una come and let we move this plastic. So they offer for pay the young man them and young women, because that the women and first begin clear. And within the space of 2 hours, we been get about 60 of them jumbo bag when they're like half of this room of plastic collected in bags. So that tell you two things. It tell you, say, we able for reduce through the intervention or through the existence now of the recycling companies. When they go be operational, we did that. It tell you, say, then go to suck some of that plastic out of communities, because there's a commercial interest go now day for let people then not eat them plastic in the street. That now one good news. The second good news is that in response to Mabel in question, when it comes to the informal settlements where you call slum communities, the flooding risk is very much dependent on how that community is situated. You go interested for no say we informal settlements are both hillside and seaside, and most times seaside flooding they happen with sea level rise. You understand? So that flooding they not come because the drainage block, because most of those communities don't even have drainage. That flooding they come because outside then locates themselves. Coming back to the question of what happens, or the issue of what happens when you don't have land use planning, when you don't have building permits. You get people that they build and live inside disaster zone. The sea level, they rise in certain weather conditions, and most of them weather conditions, they're aligned with this heavy rain. So you go see, say, they own flooding now from the sea they come. So the answer to that is relocation where necessary, you know, and upgrade where possible. Upgrade in terms of sea defenses, upgrade in terms of better structures, upgrade in terms of buffer zones, mangroves. Like Collect Town, the mangroves where we don't plant in that community, they be protected by the very residents of that informal settlement, because they don't see, say, the mangrove they do waiting, God be make them for do. It creates a natural buffer between the sea and the people. So in response to the informal settlements, when then the flooding they happen, most obviously landslide, neither they worry for the one day we day on the hills. But when it comes to flooding, the one day we day along the seaside, really we need informal settlement upgrades, relocations, mangrove planting. That's not the main issue. Then sanitation issue obviously is a factor where they affect we all, because their inaccessibility also they make waste collection from their communities very challenged. But we don't set ourselves a goal, say we introduce a new method. We try very hard. We've been trying for years, but we could continue for try very hard for introduce a collection method for them where it could be effective. One of the reasons why it's so difficult with informal settlements by the seaside is that the very dirty, we would say, let we collect and move out of the community. 9 unscrupulous people them within their community then they use for bank. When I know it's in the banking. For continue for go inside the water, then he sell whole plots of water. So they not want for let that dirty go na dustbin na bomeo. They want use the dirty. If you go na Krube, take a classic. Aberdeen Creek, from where I be mayor to now. Una the see say the Aberdeen Creek they lost before we eyes. It is lost before we eyes. Waiting and it take for bank on the side of Kokube. Now the dirty way we talk about, say not for the community. You get the one the way they pay for take that dirty for go put her inside the water side for create land. But some of that dirty they tie the care and go. And they go land na Lumley Beach. Go land na Gorage Beach. Levuma, Toke. So again, we need holistic answers. Sierra Leone not divided into ministries, departments, and agencies for let everybody tote and cross on their own. At some level, the success of tourism dependent on land use planning and building permits. Stopping people from being able for sell water and coal and land, bank and allow that dirty day for go into the water because eventually it go kind of na the beach. So now full we serve. When some pronouncements that they be made, we're not really backed up by the hard actions, the hard decisions were required for let we able to address these problems. When I come in as mayor, one of the things that I've been very concerned about, and I'm still concerned about, but I know say that not part of my own manifesto in terms of my presidential aspirations. Now housing at the social level, housing for we poorer members of we communities, social housing. We get Salhawk, but we're not able to foresee that to be addressed because of, I'm sure, prioritization not only given to providing housing for we poorest in we communities. So when that happens, everybody defend waiting they're able to do for themselves. The coastline way for be a source of beauty, a source of real estate value addition, a source of tourism attraction. Now there you see all the palm body them, all the informal settlements, because no control nor day, because no plan nor day, where they prevent people then just to come and grab. And indeed, what you go Yeri is that, people then weigh in authority in terms of responsibilities for protect the mangroves. Now part of the one day where they sell the mangrove. People then they brush the mangroves. Mangroves, we don't plant mangroves, we don't disappear overnight. So in as much as they go say, well, we already plant, but we not see them. We also the plant and we can tell you exactly where, then don't be brushed. So we need comprehensive answers. We need a one government approach. We're not in left things and hope for the best. But you really did put law and order into how we really run not only the city of Freetown, but the country as a whole. But again, if we have a situation where we're going to talk about in the press conference where APC they hold at 11 o'clock this morning, if you get a situation where the Constitution, the grand norm, and that's what they call them, the highest law of, I think grand norm, not in the same, the highest law of the land. Let me put that so I have no issues. The Constitution is the foundational law of the land.
Issues with pronouncing names, especially when it comes to district and chief.
Slip of tongue. It was really, because I went to the town. But you can easily, wait a minute, what happened? We were in a rush for go na Kailauntong. All the teams them they wait for me and I was like, stop. I want to do a quick video. So come on, to say Buedu chiefdom instead of Buedu town. I don't think it's a big deal. You know, it's a slip of tongue. It can happen at any time and it can be corrected in the next post, which I did. So what's more important than
That's
the visit?
What meet your presidency ambition.
Oh, I don't think so. I believe
the country we want for who?
This country where I don't go all over. I believe going to Buedu town, spending time with the people and understanding the issues way then they face, nine are the more important thing. But you know, coming back to it, amnesty, the most important law of the land, the law where everything sit on pan, the constitution. If the Speaker of Parliament can unconstitutionally rule, because that's unconstitutional, rules say, imagine an individual would take with constitution, we say in section 108, say you can only amend the constitution with 2/3 affirmative vote, 2/3 of members of parliament. Given say this very same speaker, na him been give clarification, in case anybody not be know. Now the speaker Honorable Sengepo, at the time of the issue with Lara Taylor Pierce, now I make that clarification. You say, when the constitution say members in parliament, you did talk about the one day we've been dating at the time of the vote. But in say, when the constitution say members of parliament, it did talk about all the 149 members. So you need 100 members, forget 2/3. So that same speaker day, how can the same speaker look the constitution where we're all able to read? I'm not a lawyer, but I able to read. And I can read that one day. And the Supreme Court, where he referred to, I shall say that go able to read them. In own ruling, where in Gi, they say the same thing. But I come back to the point where they talk about when you begin to see the highest law in the land, one for be compromised, one for be violated, what do you go expect the people of the land for do? That's why we need change. We need change because Salon no get for go before. With the government, we're not able to respect in your own constitution, the constitution of the country.
If you talk to government people and then go say then do things them democratic because they send on a parliament for let the MPs then debate, which they did. At the 11th hour, una you MP them walk out.
Okay.
They'll not be able to end the process for them.
So Khadija, as I say, we go get a press conference, the APC at 11. But let's just give some clarification because I've been sit on day. And not only as sit on day, I've been to Mani when all of this started with the Agreement for National Unity. I Sidon na Radisson when the tripartite recommendations we not been moved forward and the moral guarantors then come and we issue or the communique of the moral guarantors was issued. I've been at Parliament when the bill was read for the first time, laid for the first time by the Attorney General. Back in January. What happened in Parliament in respect of this? Very simple. And any attempt for pretend, say, na the APC, then take an action way undemocratic, completely false and misplaced. I go back to section 108 of the Constitution. We clearly say, for amend the constitution, you need 2/3 majority. The parliamentarians of the APC, we sit on a parliament, I was in the gallery. They sit on a parliament when they vote on the first clause, because the bill gets several clauses, I think it was 9. They sit down on the first clause. The first thing where they vote on, where we all been on discussed many times, and there was consensus on, was the need for get a search and nominating committee for the appointment of the electoral commissioner. The power still remained with the president, but the search and nominating committee Naimi for do the adverts, do the vetting, submit 3 names to the president. Speaker say, or the leader of government business say, they don't want them. They want to let the law stay as is. APC say, this not the, it did not the bill. And we want them. We want them because that's something this within the tripartite recommendation, that's something we all don't talk about, we all don't agree on. We want them. Speaker say, okay, una vote. APC say, let me not vote by voice because you're not going to be sure, you're not going to be able to count. So the speaker agree. He say, let them vote by count. So he say all those in favor of leader of government business imposition, which was no such a nominating committee. Tiwe will not agree, oh. Tiwe been at the tripartite recommendations, oh. Tiwe been at the moral guarantors, then communique, oh. Say part of that, it was part of the discussions we lead to the communique, oh. Leader of government business say we don't want them. They say all in favor of waiting leader of government business say we don't want them. Let all man team up, then count. 96 votes in favor of speaker imposition. They say all those we not there in favor of speaker. We want for let we get such a nominating committee. Let them team up. APC team up, then count 49. Is it 49 or 47? 47 or 49 votes. So automatically you see say forget for pass a constitutional amendment. For pass a constitutional amendment, you need 2/3. 2/3 na 100. The one that we did in favor team up, then counts them na be 96. 96 is not 100. Speaker say the A's have it. Abdul Kagbo putting hand up. He say no. No. I challenge you because the constitution say for let you pass a constitutional amendment, you need 2/3. 2/3 na 100. Daniel Kuruma, with deputy leader, minority leader in parliament, he said to me, he say, you did say now we for pass this as simple majority. But this is not constitutional amendment. If you get 5 clauses and you pass each one by simple majority, the way you count to the total of them, you say 2/3. It makes sense? Obviously, if you get for pass the whole by simple by 2/3, you for pass each one by 2/3. Speakers say, we did pass each one by simple majority. When we come to the bill, these were his words in parliament, I heard him with my ears. When we come to the bill in totality, we did go for 2/3. APC MPs then say, that is not what the constitution says. We not go be part of doing the wrong thing. The constitution not to just any document. The constitution not the foundation of a democracy. The constitution not the law upon which all other laws stand. So the constitution get checks and balances for make sure say you cannot just change it willy-nilly. So at that point, Khadija, contrary to what you say, because you say APC then walk out and then not participate. APC then participate in the first vote. When they realize, when speakers say, it go against 108 and it go do pass the clauses by simple majority, even though he was at that point saying, the overall bill, it goes can now to the 2/3. He said that. But at the point where he say, because it's not even logical, say if you get the sum of the parts, that you go do the individual parts in one way, then you do the sum in another way. So given that he was already breaching the constitution, 108, the APC at that point recused themselves. Why did they not stay? Some man say, why did they not stay and abstain? Because according to the lecture we don't get from me parliamentarians, again, I'm not a parliamentarian, when you vote in a parliament, you get 3 options. Yes, no, abstain. Abstain are part of the vote. So because we not be want, there not be want, for in any way validate the illegality where the speaker be about for do, APC MPs recuse themselves. So the end result, when Speaker don't say this year don't pass, Speaker cannot break the law of the land. The Constitution say 108 say Constitution amendments need 2/3. They needed 100 votes. They're not being get 100 votes. Therefore, all waiting and they talk, say they don't pass this bill. It's not passed. Legally, it's not passed. And the APC, they challenge that.
All right, Madam Mayor, we'll come back to you shortly. Let me just go on the phone and talk to somebody now, WAEC. As we've been starting the show earlier, we tell una say the West Africa Examination Council. This week, we see the Minister of Basic Education, Conrad Sakibi, announce the NPSE results. And they indicate clear one, say over 1,000 NPSE picking and they with the results, then being withhold them. Well, what's the reason for this? We'll go on the phone and talk to Saliu Kamara, we're the public relations officer na WAEC. For itself, we're waiting at the reason because we don't see a lot of discussions on the go around say at that early age, class 6, withholding results them, waiting at the problem. So we want for you from WAEC. Good morning, Mr. Kamara, and welcome to the breakfast show.
Yeah, good morning, Mabel. Thank you for having me this morning.
Start for tell with the number of NPSE results them way WAEC withhold.
Yeah, currently, as the minister announced them there, of course, WAEC don't suppress 1,648 results where we don't suppress. But the withholding results then some they not true because of examination malpractice. We get 61 schools, we now submit CAS, continuous assessment. So therefore, then schools then the results them WAEC no release because we no want disadvantage them picking them day. So therefore, we don't decide for withholding result them day in collaboration with the minister or Ministry of Education until the school them submit the continuous assessment for them picking them so that we will able to process and release the results them day. So the one them of course who withhold for examination malpractice. Now only 326. So let it be clear to the public. Then we also get 337 withheld results then. That's because of non-payments of then schools then. So now the 3 category of results that there where we withhold.
The different category of results and we will not withhold. Let we get an idea of how una reach a decision for withhold the results then, because this not picking them where most likely they between the ages of 10 or 11 we go take this exam. If you break them down, the one that first way is say malpractice. Now Oscar malpractice then small picking be involved in when make una hold the results.
Yeah, the examination malpractice, not come by age now. And we get, say most of the people where they aid length in there, that the teachers themselves, where they invigilate in the classrooms them. Maybe like they tell you if you see some picking and they not to their own handwriting, especially that English essay where they can write, not to their handwriting. They find out say now people and they write for them for the exams. So then kiss them the way WAEC they come across and we'll get the picking and record. So they compare the handwriting, we begin the writing name, then even where they write essay. So therefore, if then thing and they come on board, WAEC they withhold the results, then do further investigation. So at the end of the day, a committee for council done now, where they investigate their results, then they until we then find them guilty.
Saliu.
So down at 326. 326. So the other category where they try for ask the 61 schools them, we get 1,648 results them, then a continuous assessment. And we want to now release the results where in the candidate and performance low because of the school, the authority they will fail for submit the continuous assessment. So now I make WAEC in collaboration with ministry don't decide say then they withhold when the schools then submit the continuous assessment, of course will they release the results of them schools then they so that the candidate then will get the results based on merit. They now pull the continuous assessment aside.
Sally, what does this mean for the education sector if at that stage for sit the NPSE, the teachers them, as you say, they be accomplice to exam malpractice. They even go as far as writing the exams for the picking them.
It really sad, Mabel. It really sad. But then and the stakeholders, the way involved in the meeting, the way then they see them in there, and some of them teachers there, of course, while they report to ministry when are the employing authority, actions then don't they take, but people they not seem for even debate from them and they indeed it's sad. Picking from NPSE, when they take una right, and even some people and they even go back and they dictate the answers then for the picking them. We all the evidence then clear. So it really sad at that age, of course, as we talk.
Now,
really sad.
Now, they conduct the exams them. How where they conduct exam, they left sidomte malpractice, like for example, a vigilator or teacher writes for picking, say they go notice some the time then they mark. Now the picking them don't become the victims.
Yeah, well, you are speaking, even when you small at that age, they don't teach you, then tell you, say, not grief or let somebody show you. And we are in examination offenses, it not come by age. When you commit, you know, and picking and the way they even prosecute some of them teachers, the way they even tell WAEC officers, they say, hey, they were then they show. And some then they report back in the police. As invigilator, if we catch you on that spot, they will get the complaint, or they report the police and they take care of you that moment there. Then at the end of the day now, the authority, when they take care of you, then go do the further next, because we as an examining body will get the right for pulling at the exams and not continue for the mere fact we don't suspect, and we report to ministry accordingly. But on them thing, the candidate themselves know say they're not for write for you in a blackboard, or you know for allow let teacher go copy for you. So if teacher want take your booklet that day, you go report to the supervisor. The supervisor then they say, hey, this teacher want go write for me. But when you see them they condone nothing way it really sound like way not chain work. Even parents then they really connive with them teachers there where they perpetrate the examination malpractice there. Then the conduct of exams, Mabel, not to WAEC alone, because WAEC would provide the logistics. As they say, they provide the material for make sure say now morning the question paper then they, but WAEC not to then they invigilate, WAEC not to then they supervise. No exam, no the way the examining body now the teachers there where they teach the beginning and for supervise and another for invigilate there. If them put you now for invigilate and not invigilate accordingly, that's not to the work of WAEC. And we if we catch that teacher, of course, would they report it to the authority, the police then I mean every center. You get 2 police for NPSE. That's very daily. Every center, apart from the police, they will the workouts.
Waiting for be the penalty for schools them, for example, where you say not been submit the CAS, we make on not release the results of them picking them. Waiting at the penalties then.
Well, then the ministry get for take care of it. The ministry and the employment authority. We then submit the continuous assessment in each week. Of course, they release the results. That's from we on side. So for let the negligence now we they not submit, say then release results. I hope say the ministry will get penalty we then go levy on the school heads then they.
This particular time, it sounds alarming where people here is say WAEC whole results of picking them where sits NPSE because of the stage of the education and also the ages where most of them the people not they expect say picking them now that age they go involved in examination malpractice. Is this the first time when they get a number of picking them where una holding results?
No, not to the first time this. Why this alarm now? Now we the number we involve like the way the minister should tell me not be clear say some then they will not submit cards. And we then say then we told results, everybody attention, who say they go on exam malpractice. So not to on exam malpractice no more. This now 326 candidate results that we talk about the entire country, over 165 or nearly 166,000 candidates that will take the exam. Of course, then case then they can happen. Every year NPSE almost get few of them case there. but not the alarm like we there were not submit CAS. So the CAS, not to exam at practice, then the way they submit will they process them. But normally, even NPSE will get that minimal way where people then can still, especially for right for candidates them. You see, then they can do them, but so alarming like this year now we almost 326 results the whole the chalkboards.
Sally, there are issues they always don't highlight, so not to new things them, not to today them begin. Also, really the problem they were unable for take action and stop some of them things there rather than year in year out. So now they come with the same complaint them withholding picking and results them. We gonna make up their mind say I done primary school, I'm heading to secondary school. When I can think about the trauma where them picking there at that age they go through.
Of course, we dey think about all that thing and day. But one thing again, you self as parents, you know, say you begin that day, you for provide lunch for her. That picking asks you for extra money, say, hey, the teacher then say, no, contribute, let them help you. You as parents, they go ask that teacher, the who's kind contribution, who's kind help you now and render that thing there. And they tell you this thing a chain work where even some of the parents there, no, some of the parents then they even make the arrangement there with school heads them. We don't think they are there. The issue na integrity issue where some man right now like we in Peking don't involve, they not give for come out say, hey, we are becoming Peking say, give me 10,000, give me 20,000, I therefore go give for let them help we. They not go talk down there. But we as an examining body, as they say, like then teachers there or then supervisors there, of then school there, who see say then right for them candidates there, who they list the supervisors there where they who report to ministry. Ministry they take action. So the candidates there now, of course, the offense, the penalty then they with the withhold the result and with them find you guilty, of course, with they cancel the result. And you get even instances then where parents them the picking the day at class 5, if they pull them, then instances then they can if they pull them from here, if they go sit now that school we know which class 6, 8, and school said then the way they report then case then they way then picking and then results and they back with the withhold because the picking no reach class. All them thing and the parents then they arrange with other schools them. So the thing is, now we get for change with attitude towards education or even in the conduct of exams.
All right.
But nothing other way new. We parents, some parents, then they don't know about them picking them, waiting and the request for care go do in the exam.
All right, many thanks, Sally. We talked to we this morning on the reason them we make una withhold their results then they from the National Primary School Examination. And according to them, it say then go report some of them cases there so to the ministry for take action. Quickly, we still get the mayor of Freetown as they wrap up now, Madam Mayor. Talk to Freetonians them as the rains them still they come on how them for take precaution for avoid themselves for be caught up in a situation outside and go experience floodings.
Kenisha and Mabel, I think so the report we hear just now from WAEC require for make an observation.
Mm-hmm.
The gentleman just explained, say that 326, I think it was, when a fraud, young kids at age 11, some of them maybe even 10, don't become already involved in elections malpractice. Teachers, invigilators, parents, all part of breaking the law. I think, say, on a day like this, at the end of a week in which we see the Constitution being violated, the highest law in the land, the grand norm, in case those we get for can monitor my pronunciation, I just get that in now, grand norm, meaning the basic foundational law. I did joke, but I'm very serious. In a week where we see the violation of the highest law of the land, waiting away expectation for children, for picking them, for letting learn from. This very instructive. We cannot have it both ways. We cannot as a government break the law of the land and then at the same time expect we citizens to abide by the law. I also want to just bring clarity on the numbers. I don't confirm, say, the numbers that voted were 96 for government, 49 for the APC. That no equivalent to waiting be needed for let our lorry pass. That is not 2/3 majority. As we talk about flood mitigation, the rains, and wait till we get for do, all of this come back to the same point. We get for be law abiding. We as council don't create a bylaw, establish a bylaw. We go through parliament. It was passed by this same parliament, and it need for be upheld by the citizens of Freetown, the residents of Freetown. Let all man register for collecting dirty. Let all man register and pay for letting dirty be collected. But I also know say, until and unless we get land use planning, building permit, where you stop people them for grab what aside and build inside them. For as long as we continue to get a situation where communities and they be established with no road access, where roads and they be built in communities with no drainage, the flooding problem no go away. We get climate change. Last month, all of last month, even up to a couple of weeks ago, Europe, they experienced a heat wave. We don't mean say France, UK, Spain, Italy, fires, drought. I mean, I was in the UK in June and in July on two several occasions. Some near Usai, I don't know, some picking and grow up. There's a pond. That pond is dry. A timap na the ground. So climate change is happening. And for one of the things that we would experience right now in extreme weather, extreme rainfall. So we need to be prepared. And we as council to be prepared. But wait till we ask of others, of residents, 8244. If you don't know who that for collect your dirty, call 8244, give them your address, then go give you the number of the person. Call me, then can register you. For government agencies, let the mandates them be executed with the efficiency way required for make sure that we provide a livable environment for we residents. Council not able to do this alone. Council not getting mandate for land use planning and building permits. We can't stop people them from building in waterways because not to really give them permission for build. But at the heart of it all, I go end on this. We cannot violate as government the constitution of the land. When it say the constitution can only be changed with 2/3 majority vote, now for reason, because of the importance of the constitution, because now they safeguard with democracy, because now they protect with human rights. If that be the case, then no one individual in ruling cannot override the constitution. The constitution amendments where government decided and passed was not legally passed and therefore is void.
All right. Many thanks where you join me this morning, Madam Mayor of Freetown, our worship Yvonne Akesoya, for can comment on the issue we get to do with flood mitigation and also your opinion regarding the whole constitutional amendments bill. But quickly before you left, we'll not say today the APC will get for meet and get a press briefing for tell the public, even though we don't pull a press release on our position on this. You they join the one them where they call for let the president not sign this document and send them back to parliament?
Oh yes. I mean, one of the things that we really, I think, say government for be alive to, for be conscious of. Now the fact say you don't get so many voices. You know, yesterday we see Labour Congress, we see the Sludge, they ask for an interpretation. We see, Bishop Archibald called the right, and remind government of the responsibility, also remind the opposition of we own responsibility. But in all of that, I could say, as I respond to Khadija in point earlier, the opposition has not walked out on democracy. The opposition has not gone on a boycott. The opposition recused itself from a process which was illegal, a process which was unconstitutional. And ultimately, we all the appeal to government, to Mr. President, for stop now and reverse this. One man make a decision. We been flawed. We wrong. We unconstitutional. Let that process they stop now. Let me not go any further.
All right. Many thanks, Madam Mayor. We join with this morning for talk about flood mitigation and other issues that we get for do to na party. Now, how they end this edition of the Breakfast Show. Many thanks to Musa Saokoma and in team. We support the production team for let this edition meet you. Don't forget, over the weekend, we get interesting shows them. Tonight, one-on-one, they come to you live, 8 to 9. Tomorrow, 10 to 11, we get media trends, Usai Mabel Kaba, and in panelists, then they break down all the major issues them where happen throughout this week. So join Mabel Kaba, Thomas Dixon, and Melvin Tijan Mansari as they break down on the issues. At 8, we get Undisputed. That's I can say na Gen Z then shows. 3, we get with Teen Circle, and a lot more. At 12, we get with Sports. So tomorrow, na back-to-back shows them all they bring Cantona. Mina Khadija Bangura, they wish you a wonderful weekend.
All right, till we meet tomorrow at 10. Get a wonderful weekend and goodbye. The world, they move fast, especially in the social media space. Every second, plenty things they happen, but waiting actually you they look for. Interesting story then at the social media where they shape your life. So, not waiting they happen at the problem, but how it affects you. Welcome to Trends. Also, we they bring you the real story them behind the social media noise. From technology, we don't take over the office them. So see them where they happen to we every day. We they dig deep, ask the hard question them but then story here. Join the conversation every Saturday, 10 to 11 o'clock na morning, na all Liberty Online TV platform them.
Salon, they take action for every mama and every pikin. Together, we go reach zero. We all for take action, so no mama no go die where it give life. No pikin no go die from preventable sickness. No pikin no go left behind for take maclate. We race to zero day on now.
But zero no go happen by chance. If you na mama or belle woman, take action, go na clinic early. If you na papa, take action, support mama, care you picking for maclate. If you na chief, take action, encourage belle woman them for go hospital for the well body one. We all for take action for save the life of we woman and picking them. So join with today for take action for reach zero. This message they come out from the Ministry of Health together with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education.
Every great leader begins with a single step. At Olive B Academy, we are raising a new generation of confident, courageous, and purpose-driven African girl leaders. Has your daughter completed the expression of interest form from JSS 1, JSS 2, or SSS 1 for the 2026 to 2027 academic year? Then this is her opportunity to take the next step toward an exceptional future. Join us for the Olive B Academy entrance examination and assessments on Friday 14th and Saturday 15th August 2026, beginning at 12 noon at the beautiful Olive B Academy campus. All applicants are expected to attend. For enquiries, call 232-73-244-444 or 232-90-244-444. Olive B Academy, raising the next generation of African girl leaders.
watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.